Okay, so what Sarah and I did was we constructed this frame using more of the timber, and then we took 2-foot pieces and wove them in back here in the back. I don't know if you can see this or not, but the wire, see how it's woven all the way around, and then it loops across the back a few times, just to hold it up there a little better support until we fasten it on here for permanent. So this is one of the panelings I'm talking about, and we'll end up doing this for the 2 side walls, and then probably most of the front wall. We'll leave a part open for a door. But anyways, this is what it's looking like so far. It's actually coming along quite well. It's pretty good size. It's actually better size than I thought it would be. I decided to actually take it in just a little bit and give them a little bit of a ledge over here, so that way it can walk up and whatnot. I think for the top we'll end up using just a regular sheet of plywood, some OSB or something, and go across it instead of putting roofing on here. Originally we thought tin or something like that, but I think we'll end up putting wood and just treating the wood. That would probably be for the best, considering the goats want to climb on top of it and romp around. I think the tin just wouldn't hold up. So anyways, here you go, and then I'll get back to you as we get further along. Okay, so the walls are up. Put a couple of rafters across just to support the top. We had a piece of scrap wood. We were going to use it for the roof, but it ended up not being the right size. So we went ahead and put it down for a floor. It's just sitting loosely, so we'll be able to clean it up quite easily. So we ended up having to spend $7 and buy a piece of wood that's going to go across the top, and we'll have to coat it or something so that it's a little water resistant. So we have, like I said, this 1-foot shelf right here that allows the goats to be able to move back and forth. We made him a little ramp out of some scrap material. So that's what we're looking like right now. Pretty much the last things to do will be to put the door on right here. And we thought about doing hinging from the top or the bottom. We decided against it just because of the way things are really working out on this. So we're going to go and hinge from the side. And then, like I said, we'll put the top on it. Secure it down a little better. I put a couple screws in it to really hold these panels on a little better. Seems to be holding pretty decently. Still a little rickety, not too bad. Now you might wonder why we chose to use these kind of materials, and like I said before, we're trying to use materials that we have readily available. A bunch of the scrap wood that we had just sitting around. But more than that, it's an experience in using a different type of material and a different method, just like doing the A-frame that we did for the chicken coop. Sometimes it's imperative to learn other processes. I mean, one of these days we'll probably take on even a teepee. We have some ideas for our greenhouses, and I don't want to reveal too much yet, but same thing. We're going to experiment and we're going to have fun with it, which is one thing that we have availability to be able to do out here. Is we got space, and we have some materials, and we can find other materials or get it hopefully for inexpensive. And we just want to play around and try different things. You don't know what's going to happen in the future, you know, where you're going to be, what circumstances are going to come up. You know, a lot of people talk about things really falling apart economically or socially. Well, if they were, and you were out in the wilderness, you'd have to be able to come up with some kind of way to shelter yourself, especially with winter coming on. Now this, like I said, is for goats, but I'm sure that some of the same principles and concepts can be used elsewhere. Like I said, where we wove wire that we had handy to bind all these sticks and then fasten them to these other runners. Basically these linked boards right here, just to make walls. Same thing, like I said, with a teepee. You're just going to take and stack stuff around. But anyways, this is where we're at. And then I'll get back to you as we finish this up. Have a good day.